What are some very comforting facts? You can talk to your pet rabbit by quickly pushing your lips downwards and upwards as if you were trying to look up your nose in a mirror. Do it quickly and you're chatting. It mimics the nose movements they make and you can see them wiggle their noses faster out of interest. Copy their rhythm too and watch them talk back. Also, stomping your foot like they do as well as turning your back on them when annoyed is understood too. If they have chewed something they shouldn't have, you can stomp one foot and turn around with your arms folded. Have a look over your shoulder to make sure they see you. They should come to check on you, and if they don't stomp and make sure they see your back is turned. Eventually, they get it and come over to make sure you're okay. Then let the nose waggling commence. You can expect them to do the same to you as well, like when you clean their enclosure. The North Pacific humpback whale population is estimated to be 15x greater than it was 60 years ago. The pollen that bees collect on their legs as they pollinate flowers are called pollinator pants. So next time you see bees hard at work, take a look at their legs, and you might be able to see the pants depending on how much they've pollinated. Nurse here. If you're having a general anesthetic for a routine operation and worried about dying while under, please be aware there are about 7 different levels of stuff we can do to bring you back. So if the thing we normally do doesn't work, we've got Plan B, then we've got Plans C, D, E, F, G, and H. And we rarely need to even go to Plan C, let alone the rest. It's ridiculously rare for you to never wake up from a routine op. Of course it happens occasionally, but for every case you've heard about it happening, there's thousands of identical operations where it didn't. I've been qualified 15 years and it's literally never happened anywhere I've worked.
Grey's Anatomy leads me to believe there's about a 1/3 chance I'll die in surgery, lol.
All you gotta do is push an EP, bro. That's all they do.
I once found a ladybug in my room in the middle of winter. I tried to look up if I could feed it somehow and found countless other people asking the same question. The world is full of people who have compassion enough to feed a lone bug in the winter.
This happened to us. We had 2 of them. We kept them in a little bug hotel for a few weeks. We sliced grapes and picked up some flowers, leaves, sticks, etc. for them. They did fine. My 2 little girls loved their pet ladybugs and were happy to release them once it warmed up a bit.
Crows will let other crows know if you're a good person. Feeding a crow in your backyard can quickly become many crows over time since the rumor spreads. And nearby crows in your area will know you as one they like. They can also be known to be protective of you and even bring you gifts. Suffice to say, crows are one of the most intelligent creatures on the planet, and they are truly underrated.
Saw a documentary about a guy who fed the crows who visited his backyard. The crows actually befriended the guy's pet cat, and the cat enjoyed playing with the crows. One day, the cat, who spent part of every day outside, did not come home. Later, the guy discovered it had been attacked, probably by a coyote, and had been killed. Several days later, the crows found the cat's collar and brought it to the guy, leaving it in the backyard bird bath, where they had often left little gifts, a toy car, a child's barrette, etc. For the guy. He wept telling that story, and I wept hearing it.
I thought you were going to say they killed the coyote out of revenge and brought it to the owner. There is a group of bikers called Bikers Against Child Abuse who support child abuse victims in court by looking tough and giving the kids confidence to testify against their abusers. It's actually an international group. Jupiter has been protecting Earth from almost every stray asteroid strike coming in from out of the solar system since the planets first formed. Zebras rest with their heads on each other's backs so they can literally watch their zebra buddies back. Plus, it looks like a zebra hug. The ozone layer is slowly repairing itself.
This was the most comforting out of all holy shit.
Let me make it even more comforting. It's not just magically repairing itself on its own. It's repairing itself because humanity came together and worked to fix the problem.
If you quit smoking by age 40, Your life expectancy is the same as a non-smoker. Also, it's never too late to quit.
I smoked a pack a day for 10 years. Been on a vape for a year, and the next step is weaning off of it. This is comforting. I might not have totally irreparably fucked myself up. Even the difference with how I feel vaping V's, smoking has been nuts.
Cows have best friends.
They also really enjoy music.
Nobody pays all that much attention to you. Everyone is the main character in their story and thinks you're just another supporting role or an NPC. I find this very freeing. There is a type of mold growing on / around the elephant's foot in Chernobyl. This mold eats radiation, and the radioactivity of the elephant's foot has decreased drastically since the mold started growing there. Ike, it's just comforting to me that the planet can heal no matter how bad the scar we left.
There was a TV series in the 2000s called Life After People. That's where they got a lot of scientists, engineers, etc. to speculate on what would happen to the Earth if the human population suddenly vanished. It was pretty fascinating that the Earth will basically, very slowly, undo everything we've done. It's not going to help us regarding climate change or anything like that, because the point is that the Earth can heal itself if given the chance.
Switzerland has implemented a scheme, Time Banks, which is an old age assistance program under which people can volunteer to look after the elderly who require assistance, and then the number of hours they spend with or caring for seniors gets deposited in their individual Social Security account. Eventually, when the volunteer reaches that old age when he or she requires support, this Time Banks can help them by providing time-based services which include consultations, babysitting, hairdressing, gardening, tutoring, or any other time-consuming job in addition to being looked after by a volunteer as well. About 34 countries are trying to apply this scheme. Very wholesome and humane.
I live in Switzerland, and that's the first time I'm ever hearing about this.
Your pets will forgive you if you accidentally step on them.
Can confirm. My dog has even moved past the forgiveness stage and now actively seeks being stepped on by standing behind everyone.
Probably because of the human apologizing attention the dog gets after being stepped on.
Petting animals lowers cortisol.
My bird is happy now.
Cheetahs are very shy animals. So some zoos give them support dogs like those for humans. It's the cutest thing ever. The bigger reason for this is that cheetah's vision likes to hyper-focus. In a crowd like ones at the zoo, they would get anxious looking at each individual and would try to analyze each person, which can be very stressful for them. Dogs are very good at reading groups and crowds. They pair a dog with the cheetah to rely on emotionally. If the dog is calm, the cheetah will trust them that there's nothing to worry about from those crowds. How zoo prevent the cheetah from killing the dog? They're typically introduced at a very young age and imprint on each other. Cheetahs are also not naturally driven to kill dogs as prey. A cheetah could kill a dog, but typically a cheetah would never hunt a dog in the wild. If it was in its territory, or if a dog appeared hurt and by itself, a cheetah might go for an opportunistic kill, but those are special circumstances. The most likely situation you'd see in the wild would be if they were hunting the same prey and they fought over a kill. Most seahorses are monogamous and mate for life. Young seahorses actually go on dates with their prospective partner before settling and starting to procreate. They can also be seen swimming in pairs with their tails linked together.
And the pufferfish creates a work of art for his prospective love. One of the most extraordinary things.
There's a place in Japan called Capybara Land where you can hang out with capybaras and see them chilling in hot springs.
Capybara Land is actually close to going out of business due to less tourism in COVID times. They're desperately seeking donations, I irk.
Sometimes dogs in movies have to have CGI tails because they keep wagging their tails. They are just so happy to be there.
I heard that in the movie Cujo, the actor dogs, more than one, I heard, had to have their tail wagging edited out because Doggy was being a good boy.
A person born in the world today is less likely to die violently than at any other point in human history. And each year it gets better. Never perfect, just better. Bees inform their friends about good flowers nearby by dancing.
Hello, fellow bees. How's the abdomen? Swollen with nectar, I trust.
If you make it to the airport without dying, you've already passed the deadliest part of plane travel.
My father-in-law used to work in the aircraft industry on the production line. He has told me many times that once you're in the air, a couple of minutes, you're fine. If the initial stresses of taking off don't cause any problems to the plane, it'll be fine.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that most of the major crashes in commercial flight were due to human error/negligence than anything wrong with the plane itself.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget subscribe this channel and watch our other videos. Bye!